All right, you guys, this is our March new coach kickoff call. So all of you guys are either here because you just started within the past few weeks, or maybe you have a coach that's starting, so you're on and like supporting them. Let me mute everyone really quick. Oh gosh. So we're gonna just run through. We have some slides for you visual learners, but this is kind of a run through. I know at the beginning there's a lot. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of new. There's just a lot of learning, but we want to make sure that you're also doing and implementing and like taking bite-sized pieces and then putting them into action, because that's when you're going to learn the most. So we're going to kind of hopefully bring it all together, create some clarity, answer your questions. For those of you that are on live, if you guys have questions specifically, put them in the chat, and at the very end we'll roll back around and answer those so we can make sure and clarify some things. Okay, so I'm Micah Folsom, for those of you that don't know me. And then Jaylyn is one of my top leaders, and we're going to be kind of bouncing back and forth to go through this. So do you have that thing pulled up? We're going to go ahead and share the screen, and then she's going to start us off. Okay?
Okay, here we go. Okay, can you see my screen? Are we good? Yes. Okay, so like Micah said, you guys, welcome to our Fit family. This really is the biggest blessing in your life if you're going to allow it to be the biggest blessing in your life. We're not going to sugarcoat this and say it's just going to magically happen. Your life's going to change. No work or effort is required, because that's not the truth. But we also understand the overwhelm at the beginning, which, let's just put this out there right now. Overwhelm is when you're thinking and not doing. So if you feel overwhelmed, it's because you're thinking about all the things and you're not implementing any of the things. So we want to kind of simplify that overwhelm and give you very specific things that you should be working for and working on when you just get started, okay? So the first thing we want you to know is that the most important job you have is to work on you. This business will not work if you are not becoming better, becoming happier, and becoming healthier. That is the foundation to what we offer, because you guys, you joined because you wanted that. You want to live a healthy and happy life. So if you don't have that, you're going to really struggle to inspire others to do the same, okay? You've got to help yourself before you can help anybody else. That is the foundation to every single day of the rest of your life. You take care of you first, so you can then in turn help other people. So you do this by getting to know the products that we offer. And you guys, I'm just going to put this like right in your brain right now. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, like we just sell crap. BS, get that out of your head. What we do is provide tools that like literally can change people's lives. And without these quote products, we wouldn't have anything to offer to help other people. I can speak from personal experience. I have gone to people who have provided me with products and tools. I have paid a lot of money for them, and they were worth it for me. I went to a nutritionist and paid out the butt, okay? Lots and lots and lots of money. I never would have felt like he was just selling me crap. He provided me with a tool that made me realize my health was in my hands and I was capable of making my life better. That is what our products do. And you need to understand them enough that you become confident in them. And how you understand them and become confident in them is to use them. Okay, when I started, I was researching shakes like crazy. You guys have no idea. My husband and I were buying the cleanest ones we could find and then purchasing extra crap to add to them to try and make them like the best, most nutritious shake out there. And we were spending way more than what Shakeology offers. And I didn't even know what Shakeology was when I started as a coach. It just came with my challenge pack. I was like, oh, cool. And then I looked at it and my husband's like, are you friggin' kidding me? Like, we had been trying to create Shakeology on our own. And when you understand what is in the products that we offer, your confidence will be huge, because you know that what we offer can actually impact people. We are not here to just sell them a bunch of crap that's overpriced, because it's not true. I can tell you that right now. So the nutritional supplements that we offer are seriously top of the line, you guys. I have done so much research on all the crap that we offer that my confidence is huge. You can't rattle me on it, but it's because I dove into them and I trust them and I use them and I know firsthand, okay? Our nutrition programs are bar none, okay? Because they actually educate you on nutrition. I went to a nutritionist, remember? I had results, but I was given a specific meal plan, eat these every single freaking day for the rest of your life, and it was awful. Had results, couldn't sustain it because I could not hack any more green beans at dinner time. Like I just couldn't do it any longer. This is giving me the education behind it so that I know how to be healthy and I know how to look at food, and food isn't overwhelming and confusing anymore. So get to know the products by diving into your own journey. Love the products, and I promise when you fall in love with them, you can't help but share them because they will change your life. Tell people about that, right? That's what we do. The sharing part will come naturally when you fall in love with them and you know what a difference they can make in your life. You're not selling the products as much as you are selling people on how it's changed your life, because that's what people connect with. They want to know how it can help them. Okay. And then share that with them. Let them experience that for themselves. Okay. And one of the things that we offer that is, quote, a product but not, is the community aspect of this. You guys, the accountability. I joined as a coach right away, never having used anything, because I knew that for me personally, I needed the extra layer of accountability to actually stick to my health goals and to create a healthy lifestyle. That is something that a lot of people need. And I can tell you from personal experience doing this for 5 years, the people who have actually created a healthy lifestyle and changed their habits and changed their lives are the ones who became coaches, are the ones who took this up a notch. So that is also something you need to really get comfortable with, and realizing that that part of what we offer is life-changing. Okay, so the next thing we want you to do is to realize the resources you have at your fingertips. You guys, we're on a top 10 team. We have a lot of successful coaches on our team, which means you have the access to what they did to have their success. Don't try and recreate the wheel. You don't know better. Okay, like you're just starting. So really ride on our coattails and what we say works, because we've tried and we've tested and we've failed and we've succeeded. So ride on our coattails and trust what we have to offer. So the first, Coach Online Office, that is something that Beachbody provides for us, and they provide a ton of resources. Get in there and just start playing around, okay? Like you can go and find YouTube tutorials if you wanted. I just literally went in and clicked around on crap to see what it was. Access our team pages. This is a huge resource of where we communicate a lot of information. If you have a question, please go in this order. Access your Coach Online Office and try and find the answer. If it's not there, go to the team pages, you guys. The team pages have been around for 5 years, 6 years, 6.5, almost 7 for Micah's. Okay, there is a lot of the same questions and resources going on in there. And if at that point you can't figure it out, Google FAQ, Beachbody, whatever your question is. I promise you there's probably an FAQ that Beachbody has provided for that. And then when that fails, there's always YouTube and Google. I understood the compensation plan from watching a YouTube video on repeat about 20 times in a row. So if you find yourself like, okay, I have all these questions, where do I go? Go in this order, then ask your coach, okay? Because we have lots of people and lots of people we're trying to help, and we are here for you, but you need to start thinking from the very beginning that you will find the answers to your questions on your own, because that's what bosses and CEOs do. Okay, they don't require everybody else to stop their day to find their answers. They look at it as, okay, how can I solve this? And then they'll lean on to their mentor. Okay, we are always here. We will always support you, but guess what we're going to do first thing? Have you checked the online office? Have you checked the team page? Have you checked the FAQs? And have you checked Google? And if you didn't, when we tell you that, you're going to be like, and pretty soon you're going to figure out that that's the first thing you do, okay? Every Monday, we have a national wake-up call. This is something the company does for you. And it's amazing because we provide and we share everything we have learned. And so these coaches who get on these are sharing their best tips and practices. So if you're like, I really just want to know how these top coaches are successful, this is how. And you watch these, and they're not just top coaches. They share newer coaches who are having success, and coaches who, you know, have been doing this for years and years and years, and what they're doing, and the consistency and the effort and their best tips and practices. We have a team call every first Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You guys, once again, ride our coattails. If you really want to be successful, you've got to lean in and immediately trust that what we're providing is valuable. If you know Micah at all, she is the simplest human on the planet, and she is not going to fill our days with fluff. Okay. So if we provide it, it's valuable, and there's a reason for it. Okay. The 4 vital behaviors, we kind of talked about this already. Like, really dive into your own journey and understand what we have to offer. And when you do that, you share it and you connect with people and you're going to invite people to join you. This is vital. Okay. You can't just soak in all this business information and have life-changing on your own and then do nothing and expect your business to grow. You've got to put yourself out there and you've got to share what you're doing. And honestly, that is one of the most exciting parts of the business, is seeing how when you share, you impact and inspire others to change their life as well. And that's so, so, so gratifying. So you got to make sure that you're sharing and you're connecting with other humans. We have I'm sure it's in the announcements, on my page. Micah gives like the overview of what you're supposed to do every single day, the daily checklist. She tells you how to do it. That will cover the share, connect, and invite part. And I'm not going to go into deep detail of that because that resource has already been provided. Go and watch those because you guys, it's simple. And the best thing you can do is look at how it would feel if you were on the outside. How do you feel when people connect with you genuinely? How do you feel when people share the things that have changed their lives? How do you feel when people care enough about you to invite you to do something? And I can guarantee you're here as a result of all of those things, which means you felt good when they did it. And our job is to help others feel better and hopefully make an impact and inspire them. And if that means they never join us, but you impacted them in a positive way, you have done your job. So do not get in your head about this. Either look at it as a way to get out of yourself and serve others and inspire others. Personal development. And I know from experience, I thought I didn't need it. I thought personal development was for crazy people and I'm good. Not true. Okay. You will find that as you do hard things that are challenging, things that you've never done before, your brain will try and stop you. And it comes from a lot of years of programming. You can have a very good childhood and you'll still have limiting beliefs and you'll have these barriers that you set on yourself. And personal development is going to help you rewire those thought patterns that are hindering you, not in just the business, you guys. If they are hindering you in the business, they are hindering you in real life. So you've got to really take personal development seriously. It needs to be something that is like, you don't go to bed until you've done it. And I promise you, if you are in a funk, that is your brain. That is your brain talking to you in a very negative, impactful way that is preventing you from doing any good. So if you find that you're struggling, that is the first line of defense you need to turn on immediately to change the words that are going on in your brain. And I promise, like, if you have those books that are filling your soul, you'll be able to tell if it's really speaking to you, because you won't want to turn it off because you love how it makes you feel and the thoughts that it's putting into your mind. And the last thing we do is we help people get results. So when you become a product of the product and when you share that and you invite others to join you and you work on becoming a better human every single day, you're going to inspire others to join you. And as a result, their life will change. You guys, that is seriously the best part of the business, is getting those messages that like, holy crap, my life is so much different. Like, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, because I wouldn't be here without you. I know I feel that way about Micah. I think like daily, like, holy crap, where would my life be if she hadn't ever chosen to do this and share it with others? Like, it makes me sick to think about, because it would suck really hardcore, because I never would have made the changes I needed to make my life better, and to be able to provide an avenue for my family that would bless us for years to come. And honestly, to help us through the hardest moments of our lives. I know that we wouldn't have handled the trials we've faced since becoming a coach nearly as well if we didn't have coaching. Like, it would have been crippling. The other thing we do is we share it on social media. We start conversations and we talk to people and we invite them to join our next group. You guys, we aren't here to sell them crap. We're here to change their life. And if they're not ready and they say, no, I'm not interested, that's okay. They're not ready. You're looking for the people who are ready to join you, and you find those people because those are the people that need their life to change right now. So you do your workout, you drink your shake, you read a book, and you talk to people. Like, the end, call is over. That is it. Like, let's not overcomplicate this, okay? And then we want you guys to celebrate every meaningful achievement that contributes to success. When I first started, I didn't like see the big picture like immediately. I didn't sign up like, oh my gosh, this is going to change my life. I signed up because I wanted accountability, and I was hopeful that I could make $500 a month to make up a daycare job that I quit right before I became a coach. And then within a few months, I was like, holy crap, this really could change our lives. But I wasn't disappointed that it didn't change my life overnight in the hugest way possible, because at the time, those little milestones were the big things. Filling my gas tank without having to click the stupid thing, going to the grocery store and buying any of the groceries that I wanted, being able to pay for my car payment, then being able to take my family on a vacation with cash instead of a credit card. Like, those little milestones made up the journey that where we are now. And I wasn't disappointed along the way, because I celebrated those tiny little moments that were actually pretty big. So we don't want you to get distracted by, but I'm not a millionaire yet, my life hasn't drastically changed yet. Like, you need to celebrate those little things that make up that road that you're on to get to your big dreams. And 10 minutes a day of PD will change your life. I promise you that is the start. And eventually, like I said, if you're listening to the right book, you're not going to want to just do 10 minutes. I want you to pay attention to the words in your brain. And if you ever have those thoughts starting to come in, you're turning it on immediately, because you can't be thinking crappy thoughts and listening to positive PD at the same time. You have to change your focus. So anytime you find yourself struggling with negativity and a crappy mindset, turn that on to stop that and to hush it. Okay, so we want you to pick your personal development books. These are ones that we were like, okay, if we had to start at the beginning of all the hundreds of books we've read between us leaders, these were the ones that we were like, these were the ones that changed our lives the most. Okay, this is not a perfection mindset. You start it, therefore you must finish it crap. No, it needs to light you on fire. And if it's not doing it for you, you need to switch it and go to a different one. We highly recommend you get Audible. You can do books in physical form too, but a lot of times we have those negative thoughts when we're doing brainless activities that allow our minds to think really crappy thoughts. When we're doing the dishes, when we're getting ready for the day, when we're driving our kids around town, it's those brainless activities that will start to have those negative thoughts. And that's where Audible will help you, because you can turn it on and you can still do those activities, but you don't have time to think those negative thoughts. So Audible is $15 a month. That is now a business expense that you plan on having for the rest of your life. And it's the best business expense that's going to change your life. Okay. Awesome thing is, if you get a book and you're like, crap, I just spent my $15 credit on this book and I'm not loving it, you can exchange the title and you get a credit back and you can get the book that's going to light you on fire. Okay. So you get 1 month free if you don't already have it. And so utilize that and factor that into, it is your self-care $15 expense a month that you will never not have ever again. Okay. Start with any of these books. You can also access free podcasts, but I'm not going to tell you just to do podcasts. Okay. You can do both of these. Brooke Castillo's Life Coach School podcast, her very first episode will change your life. Listen to that today. Okay. Keisha Fitzgerald has one that's called Empower Her, Angie Lee, The Angie Lee Show, Lori Harder, Earn Your Happy, Lewis House, School of Greatness, and Josh Coates, Your Push Coats. Okay. Those are just some examples. So we want you guys to today pick a book and you're going to start listening to it and you're going to finish it and you're going to get another one. And you're just going to, this is going to be like the rodeo for the rest of your life. Micah, what page are we on and when are you starting?
I don't know. I was just listening. I liked you. Do you want me to go?
Yes.
I can go. Okay. So like Jalen was saying, the business is simple. The how-to is simple. The process is simple. So the sooner you can create those habits and just really make it a priority, the better. But as far as like tangible things, these are really important. I don't know who that is. These are really important that you keep goals in mind on a monthly basis, because otherwise it's just way too easy to let life happen, to kind of let things slide, to stop doing the consistent things. And then if you have no measurable thing to go off of, you just sit in complacency and you never grow. So these things are put in place for a reason. So first steps as a new coach, commit to a program. Like she was saying, we've got to be a product of the product. So choose your program, commit to it every single day or however many days a week it is, and complete the program. That's super important. Second thing, commit to sharing a piece of your journey every day. This is, I would suggest having at least just one post a day on social media. When we started, you guys, we had to post 3 to 5 times a day on social media. 3 to 5 actual posts on social media. That was like the guideline of like what was working back then. So like, one post a day is not hard. And this is not a workout every single day. This can be motherhood. This can be your personal development, what you learned. This can be food. This can be inspiration and motivation. It can be entertaining people and just bringing light and happiness to their day when they come to your feed. It looks different for everyone, but it needs to be a part of you. It needs to be sharing a piece of your story, a piece of who you are, a piece of what you're bringing to the table. Okay. My kind of flow is I do my morning routine, I work out, I do a post. So it's like, do. And you just need to create these habits so it just becomes a no-brainer. And the more that you're like, okay, I got to post once a day, you start to think, oh, that would be a good post. Oh, I love this. Every time you're learning and you're taking something in and you just find value in something, share it. Be a river, not a reservoir, right? You don't want to like be learning, growing. We want to be growing and then teaching, growing and serving. And that's the blessing of this is everything that we get to take in, we get to then pass it on to someone else. So just be mindful of that when you're listening to your PD. If something stands out to you, my best posts generally happen right after I've done PD because I'm inspired, I'm uplifted, something spoke to me that day, and I'm like, someone else out there needs to hear this. And I draft a post around it with some type of picture of me. Like it's generally a selfie of some sorts because people need to see your face in correlation to the message. So remember that too. And it's not always a picture of me. Like sometimes I'll make like a cute quote, but don't just do quotes all the time. Like they need to see your face. Okay. And I know as a new coach, some of you are scared to take pictures of yourself. I would take a million pictures of where you're at right now in this moment. If you're feeling like crap and you're feeling like I've let myself go, I don't even want to get behind the camera. That is when you literally go and get in every single outfit you own, every single piece of like clothing that does not fit you right now that you want to get into. Take pictures of it. Take pictures of your pants without them being able to close. Take pictures of your swimsuit with little love handles hanging over it. Because guess what? You are now building an entire album of before pics that you can use forever from this point forward. I have one before pic from when I started. One before pic from like my day one early Beachbody years. And then obviously after I've had a baby, like I've had other before pics with seasons of life, but I promise you like today, go have a little photo shoot with things in your closet and just store them. You don't have to share them all today. You can absolutely wait until you have a 3-week progress pic from 21 Day Fix or something like that. But it's going to be so valuable to have those. Okay. So you're posting once a day and then in your story start to show up multiple times a day. You'll get a feel for how you want to do this, but basically stories have made life so much easier and so much more fun. They're just simply a behind the scenes of who you are. They're showing real time what you're doing, what you're about, the good, bad, and the ugly, your sense of humor, your value that you can add, tips and tricks and hacks and things that your audience will find helpful, entertainment, like it doesn't matter really what you're sharing in your stories. That is where you are letting people in on the real you, who you are. It's unfiltered. It's not perfect. It disappears in 24 hours. So you don't need to stress if you sound like a doofus. Who cares? It's gone in 24 hours. But I promise the sooner you can get yourself in that routine, the better. And if you ever watch my stories, you'll notice that I'm very story heavy in the morning hours, because that's my work time. When I'm in business mode, I am like, okay, I'm proactively adding content, proactively sharing behind the scenes stuff. And I like have my routine. And then throughout the day, when I'm kind of unplugged from work and I'm momming and whatever, I have to then be like, oh shoot, I remember my audience is obsessed with Finley. So I need to make sure I do a snippet of Finn today at some point. And it literally takes 2 seconds to show what she's doing or to share a little blurb of my kids or whatever. And then I put my phone away and I go, Mom. So you don't want it to like feel like it's taking over your life. It's not. But you need to be intentional about the things that you want to be putting in there. Okay. So that is that as far as like the action items. Doing those things and committing to those things every day is what is going to get the ball moving forward on everything else. So first goal as a coach, your first month, we want you to hit Success Club. Now, Success Club is helping at least 3 people. We say 3 to 5 would be Success Club 5 or Success Club 10. And if you help more than that, even better. The more people you can help, the faster your business is going to grow, the more impact you'll make, the more income you'll make. It all goes hand in hand. But this is helping people get started with a challenge pack or with any like 90 HD item. So generally, very, 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 very little am I ever helping someone without a challenge pack. Very few times, just because it's a complete solution. They save the most money, they get the most value for their investment, and it's just giving them a more complete solution instead of just like part of the equation, right? So even if someone comes and says, oh, what workout are you doing? I want to do your workouts. I'm not just going to be like, okay, sweet, let's get you bod. The conversation goes, okay, sweet, I'd love to help you. What does your nutrition look like? Because that's where their results are going to come from, right? So you're always making sure that you're covering all the bases. And if they're like, oh, I'm already good with nutrition, I already got a game plan, I eat clean, I do this. Sweet. How do you do with your workouts? Do you need some performance supplements to help enhance your actual performance so you can get more out of it? So there's always options, right? And that's the beauty of the challenge packs, is there's so many different configurations. Just keep it simple. Workout, a supplement, a nutrition program. And if they can't afford all 3, workout and a supplement, bod and a supplement, and it's the base pack, okay, $160. So I kind of use that as like my foundation. The base pack is my foundation, either bod and Shakeology or bod and Performance Line. And then from there, we find out like if they're going to add nutrition, we just add it on at that point and we add the program that they want. So just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to know every single pack that we have, every single configuration. You just keep it simple. Okay. So when you help 3 people at least, and you also have your own 90 HD order, this is important, you guys, because Success Club is the reward system that Beachbody has. And being a product of the product is a vital behavior. So they require us to be a product of the product. They require us to at least have 90 HD order ourselves personally and be using either Performance Line or Shakeology, or 3 boxes of Beach Bars is also 90 HD. You can also get an accumulation of products like the Shakeology Boost and a 3-day refresh and collagen. Like it just needs to be 90 HD PV every single month. Okay, so just remember that if you ever cancel your order, don't cancel it. Switch it to something else and try something new so that you can be a better product of the product and be using more things, okay? So when you help 3 people, that qualifies you for Success Club, which, like I was saying, is the reward system. So this is how you earn the free trip next year. So everything that you guys are doing this year is qualifying you to earn the trip next year in the Riviera Maya. So they're sending out invitations all the time, and you earn it through Success Club. So there's a link for, this is coming in one of the emails that you guys will get as new coaches if you opted in for the email sequence. But there's an opt-in link, and if you go to coachfaq.com, search Success Club Trip 2021, there's the opt-in link will be on there. Get on the wait list at least, because then at that point, as you start earning Success Club and as you get Success Club points, you'll get an invite to the trip. It's a trip for 2. You pay a $300 deposit, and then the trip is paid for. Like everything there is paid for. So it's really sick. We literally never traveled until Beachbody. It's been so much fun. And then they do like prizes and stuff. Like month 1, you get a tank top. Once you hit month 3, you get, I don't even know the prizes. You get something else. Month 6, you get something. Do you get something month 9? 1, 3, 6, or is it 1, 3, 6, 12? It might be 1, 3, 6, 12. And the 12 month, when you hit Success Club, well, that won't happen this year because you guys started late. But if for the coaches that started in January and hit it every month, it's like a Beachbody customized Theragun. Is that what it's called? They're like $500 or something expensive. I don't know, but I'm stoked about it. So they just are always rewarding us. And Success Club is like the foundation of your business. So just if you come into this and you're like, okay, no matter what, I'm going to always hit Success Club, at least 3 people. I promise you're going to show up. You're going to have conversations. You're going to show up and you're going to share your journey. You're going to show up and you're going to do things because you know that you're not hitting Success Club unless you do those things, right? So just make that a non-negotiable. And from there on out, you'll build your actions accordingly. And with Success Starters, when you hit Success Club 3 times within your first 6 months as a coach, you earn Success Starters, which is where you earn a summit ticket for next year. And then you also earn a spot. This is something new that they started this year, and I'm jealous. You also earn a spot as a Success Starter into the next coach pilot test group. So what that means is whenever we're launching a new program, they always have coaches do the program first before it ever launches to coaches for early access for anything. They take these coaches through the program with the super trainer, get results, commit to it, and then you have that transformation, you have that experience, you have that confidence behind it that you'll launch the crap out of that program. And so it's like a huge leg up. So even if you just hit Success Starter to get into that, it would be well worth it, I promise. So that's that. So we want to make sure no matter what, we help you make that happen because it's going to be a huge opportunity. Okay, sharing your journey on social media. This freaks a lot of you out. In my new coach thread, it's like the common theme. I'm scared to share. I'm scared to post. Da, da, da. Don't overthink it, you guys. Don't overthink it. You are still who you are before Beachbody. You're still a mom, sister, wife, whatever you are, you're still that person. You still have interests. You still have hobbies. You still have things that you think are funny. You still have life to share about. So you're still sharing those things. And then Beachbody is just getting weaved into that. Okay. So do not overcomplicate this. Don't make it harder than it has to be. And you'll get better as you go. So start sloppy and then you can learn and grow as like you'll see these. This is Melissa on the left. This is Cozy on the right. There's no right or wrong way to post. Okay. There's no right or wrong. So just understand that it's quality over quantity. Don't just throw something up there because you have to. Put some thought behind it. You'll see on the success tracker. Hopefully you guys have seen this, but if not, you will. The success tracker that we created, it says post with purpose somewhere. And the reasoning behind that, under social media, post with purpose, because you're not just throwing something up there. Every single post that you put up should have a reason behind it, whether it's entertaining someone, whether it's adding value, whether it's sharing a piece of who you are in your story, whether it's building value around this journey that you're on and solutions that you have and why you're loving it. There is a reason. So you're not just like throwing something up there to be like, sweet, checked off the box today. Like make it purposeful. And I promise you'll have such better engagement. Promise. Okay. Power of consistency and patience, you guys. I can't stress this one enough. It is the secret sauce, the unsexy secret of this business. If you want to learn how to grow a 6-figure business, 7-figure business, whatever you want it to be, it's this. For 7 years, I have never not at least thought about my business, never not at least shown up in some capacity, never not at least done something proactive for my business. What does that mean? It means it's a priority. I was reading this morning in my PD, and I shared a piece of it in my stories and in some of my coach threads, but it was talking about the 3 things that basically, in a nutshell, like we build on, we have success around. So there's resources, processes, and priorities. So resources, you have all the resources, you guys. You have all the trainings, all the resources, all the how-tos, all of the things that you will ever need to build a ginormous, successful business. You've got them. Check. You've got the processes. The Success Club Tracker is the process. How you do your business is going to vary, but it's important that you create consistency around the process. And lucky for you, you don't have to create that process because it's been created and it's easily duplicatable. So now you can have confidence recruiting and building your team and then passing the process on to them. So now you can not only rock your business, but you can rock being a mentor as well. The third thing that it always comes down to is priorities. Whether or not this is actually going to be important to you is up to you. Whether or not you're actually going to fit this into your busy life is up to you. It does not matter how much we teach you, train you, pour into you, believe in you. None of that matters if this is not a priority to you. And I promise your results will be a direct reflection of where it's prioritized in your life. It really will. So I want you to understand that it doesn't take a lot. We're not asking you to give your whole life to this, but an hour or two a day, I promise you, I don't care how busy you are, you can find an hour or two a day. If it's important to you, you'll wake up an hour earlier, you'll go to bed an hour later, you'll find cracks in your day, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes there. That is where your dreams are built. In the intentional cracks, in the times that people are sleeping, in the times that other people are watching Netflix, in the times that other people are doing other mindless crap. You're going to be doing this purposefully, and you're going to be creating a freaking rad life for your family. Okay. But it's going to take consistency, and it's going to take patience and belief and just commitment to the process. So this is just a simple example. This is Melissa. So this is one of her posts back in the day when she had just started. P90X3, like super stock images, super kind of salesy, not any personality or her at all. 8 likes, 2 comments. Then in May of 2018, she was showing a progress pic of her legs. Not normal. People are like, why the crap are you showing your legs? They read her story. It's personalized, eye-catching, 201 likes, 20 comments. Do you see the difference? 5 years of consistency behind that, 5 years of building relationships, 5 years of adding value, 5 years of showing up, 5 years of growing and evolving as a human, and that's what it will lead to. So do not get stuck comparing your day 1 to our day 9 million, okay? Because we're not at the same place, and you need to just start, and then you can build from there, okay? All right, next thing. What would you do with an extra 800? So this is just showing you the power of Success Club, all right? So it's not set in stone because every challenge pack has a different commission. Whether or not people stay on their Shakeology order HD, it will all vary, but this is just the power of what can happen. So month 1, you help 3 people with a $150 challenge pack, or with what is that, $160 challenge pack? Is that the commission? So $160 challenge pack, you get a $50 commission, 150 bucks. Sweet. Month 2, you help 3 more people, 150 bucks. The first 3 people stayed on Shakeology HD as customers, and that would be the residual income of 96, so it totals 246. This is where it varies, because in my opinion, I would rather lose that customer commission and sign those coaches as coaches, and then get the fast start bonus on top of that instead. So I'm going to explain this in a second, okay? Because this is kind of tricky for new coaches to understand. Like, why would you sign coaches when you miss the commission from a customer when they stay on HD? So I'm going to talk about this for a second, but just so you understand how it works, I'm going to explain this. And then month 3, 3 new customers, you hit Success Club, 150. Those 6 stay on Shakeology. That would be $192 in commission, total 396. So in the first 3 months, you're really making 800 bucks. Now, like I was saying, when you sign customers, when they stay on as customers, you get the retail commission for their HD order. So that's like 30 bucks for their Shakeology. When they're coaches, you don't get the retail commission because they're already getting the discount as a coach, but you're getting the volume. So initially, instead of making $32, 90 PV on their order would almost be 1 cycle if they're on your weak leg. So that would be about $14 as an emerald. So you're like, okay, well, I'm cutting my payout in half. But what happens is, 1, customers do not stay on Shakeology long. They're so much more likely to cancel because they're paying full price. They have no skin in the game. They're just way more apt to just get it once and then cancel. Whereas if they're set up as a coach with the discount, just naturally in their brain, they're like, well, I'm getting a discount, I might as well stay on it. Might as well keep getting it, I might as well use it. And I'm also getting a discount on anything, so I might as well try other products while I have this 25% savings. So just like that shift in their brain, they naturally stay, the cycle that they stay on is way longer, even if they have no interest whatsoever in building the business, because they know that they get the discount. Number 2, it's a short-term little loss for a long-term result in like volume growth and build like upping your cycles and all those things. So just trust me, any chance that you can sign up coaches, sign up coaches. When you sign 5 people with a challenge pack within 5 weeks, they give you a fast start bonus for $100. So it's just $100 on top of the commission you would get from them and the volume and all the other things. So that in and of itself would replace that missed commission as customers, if that makes sense. So if I was a new coach today, I'd be like, okay, sweet. 5 coaches every single 5 weeks. I'm definitely doing that, and just make it simple. 5 coaches every single month. That's customers or coaches, like customers signing with a coach account or coaches actively wanting to build. It doesn't matter. So that would be my mental, if you're writing like, what should I do? 5 coaches every month with a challenge pack. Okay. And that's where this comes in. So how does Success Club 10 impact your income? That's where it's showing it. Help 5 people sign as coaches, $250 with the fast start bonus plus the $50 commission from each of those, $250. Then you'd also cycle once off of those orders that are coming through. So that's $364 your first month. Month 2, help 5 more. Fast start bonus, team cycle bonus starts to pick up because you're building a team. You have more volume happening. And when you hit Success Club, you qualify for leads. And these are paid leads if you're hitting Success Club 10. Okay. So Success Club 5, add an emerald, qualifies you for free leads, which is awesome. Free people that are like ordering from beachbody.com. They're getting whatever. They're assigned to you as a coach because you're actively working. Now, you don't make the initial commission off of them, but if they order something later on, you would make the commission off that. So it's still awesome, just free people coming into your business. But if you hit Success Club 10 and are an emerald or above coach, you get the paid leads. So these are coaches, or these are people that are going to Shakeology.com, ordering Shakeology, and you're getting that initial $30 commission right off the bat. Free money. You did nothing for it, essentially, except for helping the people previously. That's your job anyways. So these start to add up. So this is Jaylyn's actual, like, she went in for 3 months and did this. So the second month from the leads prior, she earned $123 just from those leads. So month 2, she was making $543. And then month 3, she helped 5 more people with coach accounts and challenge packs. She got that fast start bonus. Team cycles went up to $108. The new leads she got for that month equaled $119 in commission, and the old leads equaled $179 in commission. Are you guys seeing how this starts to add up and compound month after month after month after month? And this does not happen if you're hit or miss with Success Club. If you're sometimes helping 1, sometimes helping none, sometimes helping 10, sometimes helping 1, like, just create consistency, you guys, I promise. And you'll find your sweet spot, your baseline. But non-negotiable, I would say at least Success Club 5, which is helping 3. But if you really want to get the ball rolling, I would say at least Success Club 10, helping 5. Okay. Okay. So what now? You guys should have all gotten access to the downline sequence. Jaylyn, do you do that for your people? The downline sequence? If not, go to micropulsandfit.com/TIDL. That gives you access to just additional support and guidance in your email. Okay. If you're my PS coach, I already sent it to you. You're already good to go. Make sure that you're being mindful of those emails, because I promise you, they're coming through at a certain point in time when you need it. Okay, so make sure you're reading those. But those will kind of walk you through the most important things. So the new coach training's in the back office. If you log in, go to click training, and there's a getting started, there's a Success Club system, and there's a comp plan training. Go through the first 3 sections. They're valuable. They're worth your time, I promise. Just bust through those. Bust through those. It shouldn't take you too long. And those will give you like a solid overview of things to just be mindful of. Like we said, commit to your program, commit to drinking your shake, commit to doing performance line if you have that, commit to your PD, and commit to 1 post a day on social media with some stories and just starting to talk to people. Don't have yours look zipped about this, okay? Any win that you experience, you should be talking about it. I had a coach, Rachel, who was deathly afraid of sharing on social media. And for weeks, she had signed up. She was super excited. No posts. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And then she messages me and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm just finishing up 21 Day Fix and I've lost this many pounds and I feel amazing and da-da-da. I'm like, that is what you share. That is what you share. These wins, this excitement, this energy, this just, that is what you share. So don't discount like opportunities that you can just share your excitement, share your positivity, share your just the journey that you're on. That is the stuff that you're just putting out there, because that's what attracts people. I talked about it in my new coach thread this morning. People aren't buying Beachbody, you guys. They can get Beachbody from 400,000 other coaches. If they're following you, they're buying you. They're buying your energy. They're buying your happiness. They're buying your joy. They're buying your confidence. They're buying your hope. They're buying all of the things that they see you portraying. They're buying your growth. They're buying your solutions. So that is why being a product of the product, growing as people, that's our number one job. Because the more you do, and then the more you share it authentically, you're going to attract the people that are like, dude, I want some of that. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she's about. I don't know what that is, but tell me about it, because I need what you're drinking. Like, that is what it happened. That's what happens. That's natural. So just be mindful of that. And it's a gradual process, you guys. And that's why you can't get discouraged. You can't tie your emotions to the results. You can't get discouraged when you start to talk to people and they're not stoked about it yet. You can't get discouraged when they don't see what you see in this opportunity. You can't get discouraged when they're not ready to invest in their health. It's going to take some time. But that is why it's so important that you guys are like, I don't care who jumps on my train or when it happens. I'm on my train and I'm committed for the long haul. Because when you make that mental shift, you're going to show up. You're going to do the things. You're going to be consistent. You're going to grow, become like all of the things that we want to do in life anyways is a byproduct of what we do every day. And that is when people start coming back around to go, okay, now I see what you're talking about. Now I see what you're doing. Now I see you changing and my life still sucks. Tell me what you're doing. I want to hear about it. So don't get discouraged, you guys. Promise. And don't get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. Like Jalen said, that is literally a choice. It's a choice whether to feel overwhelmed or whether to be like, this is all new. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So many things that I don't know. So many things that I get to learn and implement and develop. Just like be excited about it. Change your energy around that emotion. And I promise you, everything will change. Because I am still learning 7 years in. I will never not be learning. And that's the beauty of it. Why would you want to sit in a stagnant job or career or life where growth and learning and overcoming and developing isn't just a part of your everyday? And it's just so cool. So your first invites. Do you want to cover this part? I like how you talk about this one. Where you at?
I'm here. Okay. Okay. So, your first invites, become a conversation expert. Okay. You guys, okay. Fair analogy. If you hear me talk about what social media is, I love to give this analogy because we, for some reason, overcomplicate the shiz out of social media. Social media is real life. Pretend you're in person and it changes everything that you're viewing on social media. The number one thing we hear from new coaches, isn't it weird when I talk to random people on the Instagram though? Like when I'm commenting, aren't they going to think I'm weird? I'm like, no, it's weird to look at them and not talk to them. Okay. So I want you to think of social media like a big giant fair. You go to the state fair and you guys, there's 8 bajillion people there. And there's people you're like, I would never talk to you in real life. Not my people. And then there's people you're like, she looks pretty cool. I would totally love to hang out with that type of person. That's what social media is. There's all these different booths on social media. People have, their pages are booths essentially, okay? And you're finding people at booths that you would normally go to. I would not go to a hunting booth. Nothing against hunters. I know nothing about hunting. I would be out of place. I wouldn't dare talk to the people at that booth because I'd be like, I would feel like a moron. Like I have nothing to say to you guys. But if there was a makeup booth or a clothing booth or a farmhouse decor booth, my jam, I would have no problem talking to people at those booths, right? Because we have things in common. So when I go to these booths and I see these cute people there, I wouldn't just walk up to someone and stare at them because that's really, really weird. And that's what you're doing when you're stalking their page and not saying something. Okay. And I want you to think of a time you've been in a grocery store and someone compliments you. Are you like, excuse me, you're weird, stranger danger, don't talk to me? Or are you like, that was the nicest thing you could have done, made my day because you didn't need to do that, but you took the time to tell me anyway. We all love it when strangers compliment us and make us feel good. Okay. So when we're at this giant fair, social media, and you're thinking in terms of real life, if someone talked to you at a fair and they said something kind, would you really think they're weird? Probably not, right? So when you're talking and connecting with human beings on social media, you're commenting and you're complimenting them and you're asking a question, because that's what you would do in real life. If you saw this person in real life and they showed you this picture of their baby that's brand new and they're excited to be a mom, you wouldn't stare at that picture and just click like, because that's what you're doing when you just click like, you're staring at them. Okay. What would you say if they showed you that picture in real life? You'd be like, I am so happy for you. That newborn stage is the best. I hope you're enjoying those snuggles. Are you doing okay? Is that weird? No. Okay. Normal conversations. What would you say in real life? You say that online. Okay. And we're not going in with the intentions to sell them something. We're here to make them feel good. And do you know what they're going to do? They're going to be like, who is this chick that makes me feel good? They're going to check out your page and they're going to be like, that's why she's awesome and helps people. That's why she's awesome and compliments on people, because she is taking care of herself. Okay. So be normal, be a human, make them feel good. And remember that it's weird to stalk. It's weird to stare at people, and it's not weird to compliment them and make someone feel good. So when you become a conversation expert, that's all you're doing, is you're getting outside of yourself and you're serving others by, how can I make them feel good today? What can I say that would make my day feel better if I just posted what they posted? That's it. Simple. Okay. And like I said, you're not reaching out to close, like, sell. You're not doing that. Okay. You're here to inspire people. And I promise you, as you grow and serve others, people will be inspired to see why you are the way you are. And they're going to realize that's the common denominator, is they're not taking care of themselves. And when you don't take care of yourselves, a lot of times you end up selfish and victim oriented and struggling. So you want them to see what they can have when you just be a genuine person. Okay. You need to find their need before you try and fix them. Okay. So if someone does reach out, or you invite someone and they say, I'm not quite ready yet, I'm really just struggling with like maintaining life right now. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, girlfriend, I totally get it. I actually started when life was absolutely insane, but I had to find time for me. Okay. So find their need. You need to ask questions. And so when someone says, hey, I'm interested, what do you do? I don't just like word vomit everything. I say, you know what? This is the best thing I've ever done, because we help you create a healthy lifestyle. Tell me why you're interested first, so I can make sure that I can help you the best. You need to know what their problem is. And then they'll say, well, I need to lose 10 pounds. That's not their problem. That's what they see as the solution. Ask more questions. Okay. So when we need to lose weight, that often comes down to our eating. What do you feel like you're struggling with? Okay. Ask questions, identify their problem so you can fix their need. You can't fix their need by adding value in all the wrong places. This is another analogy I like to give when you are talking to people. Think of like a shoe store. You're like, okay, I need new running shoes. I'm going to go to this quality shoe store. Everything they have there is really, really solid. You walk in and the salesman walks up and he's like, oh my gosh, you need these pair of high heels because they're on sale right now and the quality is amazing. You're like, that's great. I don't care that they're on sale. I don't care that they're high quality. I'm here for running shoes. When we try and like word vomit and just spill the beans to everybody and to this person that's like, hey, I'm interested, we could be adding value to the wrong place. Just because the high heel's on sale doesn't mean that the high heel doesn't have value. Doesn't mean that just because I don't want it doesn't mean that it isn't amazing. But if we aren't identifying their needs, we could be adding value in the wrong place and it will feel salesy to them. So you need to make sure you're asking questions. What are they struggling with? Okay. And I promise you, as you start, you're going to attract a lot of the people who are struggling with the same things you struggled with. It's not hard to identify. Just talk to them like a human. Okay. Recognize and welcome objections is part of the process. Did you guys all join the first time you saw? I don't care if like you, not even the invite, the first time you saw your coach post, did you jump on it and invite yourself to their challenge group and join them? I don't know a single person who did. So don't take it personal. If you invite someone or you post something and no one comes knocking on your door, okay, it's part of the process. And it helps you understand, okay, where do I need to add value? What can I share that will help people realize they need this? And that's what we're saying with posting with a purpose. Sharing your story, sharing what got you started. When someone objects to, I don't have the time, how can you talk about how this has saved you time? How can you talk about how this has helped you prioritize your day, getting up an hour early and preparing for yourself? How has that impacted the rest of your day? So really start to look at objections as research. What are you needing to share for your audience to realize they need this? We have scripts and tips and all the resources in the file section on the team page. Please just make them sound like you. Don't just copy and paste, because it will be really weird if you're using verbiage in those invites and scripts that do not sound like you, but use them as a guideline and a baseline for sending invites. Okay, utilize the resources. Don't be afraid of the cost, you guys. This drives me crazy more than anything. You have to come to a place where you are so confident in that what we offer that you're not putting out the vibe that this is expensive. Okay, when I started, I legit called my mom. I had no money and I promised her I would pay her back. My mom bought my challenge pack because I saw the value, and I didn't have a ton of money objections because I immediately understood how important and amazing the stuff is. You guys, I paid way more for a nutritionist for 10 weeks than I did for an entire year of workouts, for a nutrition plan that changed my life, and a month of a supplement that counts as something on my meal plan. So you need to get to the place where you realize how amazing of a value this is, and it doesn't become something that scares you. It becomes something that you can explain through your posts, through your stories, and through your conversations. Don't send your link right away, because I promise you, that looks salesy. They're going to order the wrong crap, and they're going to spend way more than they need to, and they're going to be frustrated that they're not going to get the results they need. They need you to be their coach. And that means that you find out their problems, identify them, and help save them the most money, which is always a challenge pack, and follow up for the rest of forever. How many of you guys had your coach follow up before you finally joined? I reached out to Micah, but she followed up like a friggin' boss, you guys. Okay? Like, I think she followed up 3 times in 2 weeks. And I was like, from the beginning, I knew I wanted to do it. And I not once felt like she was being pushy. I felt like I was special. I felt like she remembered me and I was important. So following up is where the magic happens. Okay. I think there's only 2 more pages.
You want me to do it?
What's that?
Do you want me to do it?
Yes.
Okay. This is just really quick, just so you guys know what's next. You hit Emerald. That's your first 2 coaches. We'll have an Emerald call later on this month so you can understand that. But basically, Emerald, 2 coaches, 1 on each leg. Next coach is Ruby. Most people skip that and go right to Diamond. So Diamond is like the next stepping stone after Emerald, which is 4 coaches on each leg. One of those is also an Emerald coach. So just be mindful as you're building to make sure that you're sponsoring left, right, left, right, left, right. Right now, you're just playing checkers. You're just building outside left, outside right. Don't start to fill in all of the holes like in the middle. They build their inside legs. You're just sponsoring outside on each leg, okay? So I highly recommend just choosing left, save, right, save on your preferred placement. And that's the easiest way to do it. If you have specific questions, ask your coach, because they can see your downline and graphical genealogy and all that stuff, and they can help. So I already went through this part. You can skip that. So like I said, we have an Emerald call in 2 weeks where we'll talk about the benefits of it, how to make it happen, all that stuff. But dude, I don't know if my girls are, Jamie's on, and then I know Haley was trying to get on. They both busted out Emerald in like 3 days. It's not hard, you guys. Talk to your spouse, if they support you, awesome. Make sure they're signed up as a coach with a pack that you can either utilize or they can utilize. It's just a no-brainer. It's maximizing the comp plan. You just want to make it happen, I promise. And then find the people closest to you. I reached out to my sister-in-law. I reached out to my mom. I reached out to my closest friends. Guess what? None of my closest friends did it. None of them. I thought for sure they would. None of them did. But I posted on social media that I was feeling amazing, that I wanted other people to feel as good as I was feeling, and asked who needed a solution. And I got a ton of comments of people that were struggling and had a need. And that is what I built my business on. I went Diamond in 37 days just from people like acquaintances that I had from junior high and high school and my volleyball days, and people on social media paired with my closest family. None of my friends did it. Like I said, closest family that got involved right away just because they loved and supported me. And I wanted them to feel as good as I was feeling. So don't overcomplicate this, you guys. Your first month is likely going to be the people who already are close to you. So reach out to them personally. You don't need a script. You don't need anything special. Say, hey mom, I'm doing this challenge. I'm really focused on bettering my health this year. I'm actually building a business around it because I want to pay it forward and help other people. Do you want to do this with me? Do you want to do the challenge with me? We can work on your health. We can work on your nutrition. I can help you feel better. And you can be kind of a testimonial for me early on so that I can share some wins and I can get experience coaching because that's going to help me. I promise your parents, well, I can't promise because I don't know everyone's situation, but lots of parents love and support their children and they want to be that for them. So reach out to your parents, reach out to your siblings, reach out to your closest friends, your cousins, your family members. Like, we have a literal life changer. I don't care if they're in their 80s. Reach out to them. They will benefit from Shakeology. I promise you, they would benefit from Shakeology. Like, literally, you guys, I think that's the beauty of this. Everyone will benefit from this. We have, Alan was just at our diamond retreat. She's 70. Building the business, actively helping people her age stop like the crap of, I'm too late. I missed the boat. It's not my time. I'm going to sit stagnant. I'm going to sit feeling uninspired and just get through the rest of my life. That is such a mind funk, you guys. And she is literally like paving the way and changing generations. So don't ever let those, I'm so glad you said that. My mom's 80 or like my parents are 80. Perfect. Then they need this. Well, my daughter's 18. She's did it perfect. She needs this. I have a coach, Kaylee, who is 18, a senior in high school, who's Emerald and hitting Success Club and helping people. Like, if I had this when I was 18, you guys, game on. Oh my gosh. Like, we literally can help all the people. So don't let limiting beliefs like even get in there. We make a list. Who can you help? This is your homework after the call. Make your list. Think of all of the people you know. When I did this, I actually have my first notebook from when I was a coach, and I was going through my initial list. It was everyone I knew, literally. I just brain dumped. Junior high, elementary school, high school, volleyball days, when we lived in Florida, when we lived in Oklahoma, when we lived, like every chance of every season of my life, I thought of people, past coworkers, family members, and then I would go through my social media. I literally went through my Facebook list and just went through every single person, wrote them down, whoever I would want to work with. Obviously, if I had no desire to like hang out with them and work with them, they didn't go on the list because that's the beauty of this. We get to control who we spend our time with and work with. But if there's someone you would want to help, put them on the list, start building the relationship, start reconnecting with them, not in a weird way, just in case they start seeing your stuff and they have a need for what you have. So understand that it's going to be really important that you start to get on people's radar a little bit. You start to humanize yourself. You just reconnect with people, make it fun. This is the beauty of the business, is no matter if they ever order from you at all, you still have a chance to make a difference in their day. You still have a chance to come in to their inbox and just be a positive light. So don't tie that weird like, oh, I don't want to reach out because then they're going to think I'm selling them. You're not talking about Beachbody whatsoever unless it comes up, unless they ask you questions, unless you see a need, they bring up something and you're like, hey, I don't know if you've seen what I'm doing, but this has really worked for me. Do you want to check it out? Or do you want to chat about it or whatever? But that can't happen organically unless you're already kind of talking to people and just being a human. Okay. So the more you can kind of just reconnect with people, that was my number one when I started. I'm like, I'm just going to reconnect. I'm just going to just go check in with people and see how they are in life. And I would engage on their stuff, and that's it. And that's kind of how the ball got rolling. So first month is generally people that you know, love, and trust already. Second month is still generally people you know, love, and trust already. Maybe a couple referrals in there from the people you helped month one. Month three is generally still some of your warm market people with maybe some referrals from people who started talking in word of mouth. But at that point, you guys, this is what you guys need to be mindful of. That is when people start to run out of people and they feel like, oh my gosh, I have no more people to help. I've helped on my warm market, and they like panic. That's why doing the activity tracker every day, you're starting to expand your market. You're starting to connect with new people. You're starting to warm up your cold market. That is why it's so important to do it now, so that you never hit that wall where you're like, I have no more people. And then also remember that warm market people, you guys still 7 years into this, I have warm market people trickling back in all the time. I've watched you for 7 years. I've seen what you're doing. I've waited long enough. I thought I was too late, but tell me what you're doing. Like warm market people come back if they don't start at the beginning because they do know you and then they do know that you're normal and they see that you're still doing this and then they get FOMO hardcore and they come back around. So moral of the story, don't ever get discouraged when you think the people that are going to join don't. When you feel like you don't have anyone to help, there's millions of people on social media. You have the training, you have the tools, you have the process. Just trust us and commit to learning as you go. Learning as you go, taking action, and just committing to at least prioritizing the essentials every single day. And I promise you guys will have all the success that you want from this if you can do that, okay? What if this isn't your first time coaching and you already exhausted your warm market the first go around? Okay, that's a great question. You didn't already exhaust your warm market. You're a different human now than you were when you coached your first time. So you need to show up as your next level person. Like you need to show up and share, why are you back doing this? Why? What made you come back around? Why are you so passionate about this? And what makes you know that this is the avenue that you want to take? Those people can still come back. So just, I don't know, just that's just a limiting belief. You haven't exhausted it already, I promise. I feel like I don't know who to invite because I don't feel like I have enough of a connection with my new connections. Yeah, I would just say, one, just reconnect with people because even if you've invited them years ago, you can invite them again. You can be re-excited, invigorated, and share why you're doing this again. But two, that's why at the beginning and forever, like connecting is such an important part of the process because we literally will never run out of people the more we connect. So there is a little bit of a lag. You're not going to show up today and have a million cold market people to invite, right? Because you're going to have a lag time of like, okay, I need to expand my market. I need to connect with people. I need to build a relationship. And then in a few weeks, you'll have a whole new pool of people to invite. But there's that wait period. So right now, that's why I would reconnect with the people you know, invite them first as you're connecting with new people so that in a couple weeks, you can have a whole new pool of people to invite. And then that's just the process. If you guys signed up after I spoke on the National Wake Up Call 2 weeks ago, go back and listen to that. It's in the TBB podcast or on the TBB Coach 411 page. I talked all about the invite process, about expanding, connecting, inviting, what that looks like. Go listen to it because I promise you guys, if you can figure that out and you can make that a priority, the connecting part, that's the meat of the business. That's what drives everything. So don't like step over that because you feel like, well, that's not going to sell me something, just connecting with someone. It absolutely will at some point down the line. Okay. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap it up. Does anyone else have any more questions that's on live? I don't think I see any more coming in. Okay. Yeah. Jalen said, chances are you didn't invite every single warm market person. You probably got through like you're super warm, but you still have acquaintances and acquaintances of acquaintances. And that's who I had the most success with early on. Besides my immediate family that supported me and like jumped in, it wasn't my close warm market, like my hot market. It was like acquaintances of acquaintances and people who were kind of like 2 levels from me because they knew I was real. They knew I was normal. They didn't like think I was a freak, but they didn't know me well enough to feel weird about reaching out and asking questions. So it's kind of this weird thing that people really close to you feel awkward like doing stuff because they're like, well, what if I fail? What if I don't stick to it? I don't want to let her down. Like they have all these weird things. So it's generally kind of is like a couple layers deep, the people that start to reach out initially. Did you find that the case?
So I don't know whose iPhone. I hate that we don't know your name. She messaged me privately and I'm sharing it. Sorry, because I don't know if she meant to, but she was a personal trainer in the in-between time. And so she's like, I have a whole new slew. Yes, girlfriend. And if you didn't watch our new coach call where Anne spoke on how to use this business as a personal trainer, you need to go and watch her story segment of our new coach call that we just did like a week ago. Okay. You can slay this business, especially if you're a personal trainer, you got lots of warm market. Ariel.
Yeah. It's Ariel. Okay, yeah, for sure. I would just find what your clients need and where this fills in the gaps for them. Absolutely. And then just fill in those holes. So you already have people that you've built trust with that already trust you and you're credible to them. So just really find out what they need and find out how this can serve them in a bigger way. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys. Thursday, just a heads up. Thursday is when Beachbody Week starts. So Wednesday night at midnight, it ends. Thursday is the new week. That's when rank advancements happen. So if you guys sign your first 2 coaches by Wednesday night, Thursday is when you'll be recognized as Emerald. You'll hit your first milestone. You'll then qualify for the things. So let's see how many of you can get to Emerald and Success Club by the end of the month, because that would be a great first month for all of you guys and really set the stone, kind of set the foundation for your business. Okay. All right. So fun seeing you guys on here. Thanks for jumping on, and we will see you guys in the threads. Okay. Bye guys.